What's up, guys? Intelitech Mobile here, and now it's not a good idea to respond to trolls or try to prove trolls wrong, especially when people just like on the internet just feel like being combative for no reason. But there was some fucking banana head on Reddit, to steal a line from Flossie Carter. There's some fucking banana head on Reddit who, when I commented on a post, I don't remember what the context was, but I just remember commenting on, someone was talking about old phones, and I was commenting on how there was someone commenting saying, "Oh, I missed my Note 7." Actually, I remember what it was now. It was a post where someone said that they had found a demo unit for a Note 7, and I was like, "Hey, that's cool." I was like, "I still have mine. I still have 5 of them. They work great." I even used one for a little bit, as part of this show. And someone responded and was like, "Oh, you're lying. You're not, why would you lie about something like that?" I'll have to see if I can pull up the post, because it was pretty funny. I don't know if I even have Reddit on this phone, because, see, that would have been ideal, be to pull it up on the Note 7. But, in fact, give me one sec. Alright, so we're sideloading the old Reddit APK, because of course it doesn't natively support Android 6.0.1 anymore. Still currently installing. Alright, I found the stupid fucking Reddit thread. So, this doesn't actually matter for the record. I was going to do this video anyways, just for the record, I'm not salty. But I thought this was funny, so I figured I'd show this. But yeah, so someone said, this was in response to upgrading phones. Changing your phone every 6 years is bonkers. There's no reason whatsoever to change more than every 10 years of that. Obviously, that's kind of a tongue-in-cheek response to this post to someone who upgraded their Galaxy S4, Galaxy S4, to a Galaxy S25 Plus, finally upgraded after, a decade. And someone responded, "Tell that to the Note 7 buyers." And of course, I chimed in because I'm a douchebag, and I said, "I still have my Note 7, but I don't daily it anymore since Android 6.0 is a dead platform. Plus, the battery is worn down. I can't seem to find a good replacement, so it dies at like 50%, and it lags badly." That's this one, the one that I put a new screen and back cover and S Pen into. And he said, "It goes to Android 7, but sure, keep lying that you used to daily the phone that had a possibility of exploding." So, yeah, he's a dumbass. No, the Note 7 never was updated to Android 7.0 Nougat. It never was. In fact, the newest update kills the phone. And, shocker, when they were trying to kill the phone, they didn't bother upgrading the Android version, because why would you? But yeah, so... and I even corrected them a little bit. But yeah, so, and it's kind of a weird thing to accuse someone of lying about, because again, it says, and I quote, "But sure, keep lying that you used to daily the phone that has a possibility of exploding." I don't know why that seems so hard to believe. I'm not even saying that I daily it now, because I don't. This thing is dog slow, and trying to daily this thing is awful, and it sucks because I love this phone. But yeah, you can't really daily the thing. I mean, in theory, I could daily the FE, but but again, we're now at the point where Android 9 is starting to get kind of long in the tooth. At least for me. There will be another video on this, of course. And this one this one I've been having trouble getting to activate. Like, it'll activate, but just phone call, like the actual service sucks. And that's probably because Mint Mobile, like, already isn't, it's not the worst carrier in terms of reception. Mint Mobile is definitely close enough to Verizon that I can definitely get by, and I love Mint Mobile. You will never hear me talk trash about Mint Mobile, but in fact, I would love it if they would sponsor this channel, but they probably won't. But either way, so because this doesn't have, at least I assume this is the reason, because it doesn't have a lot of the proper T-Mobile bands, being an international phone, it is damn near unusable. It'll act like I have bars, but the data just doesn't work no matter how many times. And it's not that the data is like off, it's just it's so poor that it just isn't usable, which really sucks. So, unfortunately, neither of these are properly daily drivable. But again, it's not a lie. I've got this thing. This is real. This is a real Note 7. You've got the green battery, which was only on the second generation Note 7 units. And if I unlock this, you can tell I didn't put the back panel on correctly. A bit loose there. But I mean, yeah, this thing it's genuine. And if I scroll down and I go to the settings, we can see Android 6.0.1. August 1st, 2016 security patch. Technically, it did go up to the September 2016 security patch. I think the death update technically has the October patch in it, if I remember correctly. So, in theory, you can get as new as the October 2016 security patch. But, of course, that also kills the phone, so it's not really worth it. But, yeah, so I do have a Note 7, just to prove that guy wrong. I still have it, and it still works. Not very well, but it does still work. Now, the point of this video originally was going to be I was going to show off all my Note 7 accessories, but unfortunately, I'm having difficulty finding a lot of my Note 7 cases. I have a huge collection. I guess not huge, but I have a decent-sized collection of a lot of the OEM Samsung cases for the Note 7. The only one I can find right now is my clear protective cover. But I have the S View wallet, I have the clear view cover, which I guess that I can show because I have one of the FE ones. But I wanted to show off my Note 7 case and accessory collection. But I kind of can't right now. But we can show off this, which I don't think is ever really been shown off in a video. But this is the protective cover, although this is honestly a really low quality clear case. The only branding is it says designed by Samsung, so it's really not that great of a case. But nevertheless, I've also got my blue trimmed Spigen Neo Hybrid. I actually have two of these blue cases. I used to have a silver one. In fact, I think I still have it, but it's beat to crap. But anyways, so here's that case. So I've got the Spigen Neo Hybrid case. I've got the black UAG case. This one I got from my friend Zach Cernock, which, if you're familiar with the Note 7 and the whole fiasco, everything, you might be familiar with his channel. He documented his own progress of holding on to his Sprint Note 7 back when the recall was still happening and trying to hold on to it and deliver all the news of what was happening back when it was relevant. Hasn't done much since then, but yeah, so that's interesting. So thanks again for that, Zach. And as far as other cases, I've got this clear spec candy shell case. This is actually quite a nice one. So I've got that. What else? Some other stuff. But yeah, and then I've got this beautiful Caseology case. Here's that other Spigen Neo Hybrid. I said I had two, so there's the second one. This is probably my least favorite, this Tech 21 case, which if somebody wants it, I'll happily sell this one. It's a crappy hard shell. It's not nearly as nice as the one that's on my Note 10. Because the one that's on my Note 10 I actually quite like as that particular case, which I can't seem to find my Note 10 at the moment. But that particular case is much nicer than this one. Because that one actually has proper clicky buttons and the back is more thin and squishy. This is just kind of a hard shell. It's not very nice. I'll put it on the blue, which it does, to be fair, it looks beautiful on the blue. It looks absolutely gorgeous, but I hate how hard it is to push the buttons. It's not terrible, but it's very slippery too. Like I feel like it'd be easy to drop. And the Note 7 is not exactly a phone that you want to drop by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, this is my least favorite out of all the cases. And if someone is looking for a semi-new Note 7 case, and they don't mind, I actually like the pink color. The color's not the problem. It's just and I only got the pink because it was literally like $4 back when I bought it, and the black one was like $12. So I was like, I'll just get the pink. And but yeah, so there's that. Here's the spec case, which looks very nice. Okay, let's I don't want to mess up this 7, so we'll grab the FE. We'll grab the black FE and pop this in here. Quite nice on that. And of course the black FE would look great on the black UAG. Beautiful. Very nice. I like the solid colored UAGs because they're more solid. They're all one piece. They're better texture than the ones that are clear. Although I can't seem to find any clear ones for the Note 20 Ultra, just for the standard edition. Oh yeah, here's that designed by Samsung, like super thin, crappy clear case. It's obviously very much designed for you to feel like there isn't a case on it at all. That's obviously the point, because it's an incredibly thin case. Incredibly thin. Like, this is literally one of the thinnest cases that I've ever seen. And so they call it protective cover, but it says impact protection, but I don't know if I'd really call that impact protection. I mean, this is literally the thinnest possible case. To me, this is just, like, this is the only purpose of this case, because there's zero lip on the front, especially because the glass kind of curves out on the Note 7. But this literally has zero razivity, so definitely not a slam case. Like, you know, like this one you could definitely slam, but this is obviously just for if you're using your phone and you don't drop it. It's just so you don't drop it, because it's not glass, and then so you can set it down and you don't have to worry about scratching your phone when you go to drag it to pick it up like that. That's all it's for. And even the buttons on this they're okay, but for a OEM Samsung case, I'd expect better. I've seen really didn't really see any reviews of this case back when it came out. I don't know if it even came out in the States. It probably did, but either way. And of course, that's the least interesting out of all my Samsung Samsung OEM cases, but I can't find any of my other ones. But again, I will do a separate video on all my Note 7 cases, which then begs the question, what is the point of this video? I don't know, actually. I don't know what the point of this video is. Oh, by the way, here's that Note 10 I was trying to reference earlier. With this is a much nicer Tech 21 case. Nice and flexible and squishy and sticky, and it's got the nice clicky buttons. I love this case. Definitely my favorite Tech 21 case they've ever put out. So, quite nice. And, yeah, so that's great. And as far as other cases, I mean, of course, I've showed this one off. I've showed the Spigen Neo Hybrid. Love this case. Nice protective case. So usually when I use my Note 7, this is the one that I use. And of course, there's some other nice ones too that I can always show off. Again, I want to do a dedicated case video whenever I find those Samsung cases, because I know I have the backpack, which is the portable battery. I've got the SU flip cover that's in the nice, or not the SU, the wallet cover that's in the nice color of this blue. I know for a fact I have all those, but me not showing them is probably giving that guy ammunition to believe that I'm lying about more stuff. Anyways, I don't know what the point of this video is. Yeah, I don't know. Just another random, I guess, Note 7 video, because milk the Note 7 for views in 2025. Why not? Who else has one of these, let alone 4 of these that are fully working? I mean, honestly. Ironically, this is one that's in physically the best condition, but it works the crappiest, because, again, the battery in it sucks. And it is the original battery. This is not a replacement battery, because the replacement battery was working just as bad, so I put the original battery in to see if it performed any better, and it doesn't. So I'm really starting to think that this one just has a weird issue where it drains battery artificially quickly, and I don't really understand why. Because it's running the Verizon firmware, which is what it originally came with. I don't know if just me having the wrong color screen on it is making it freak out, because it knows that it's the wrong screen. I don't know. Because obviously the screens are color matched and everything. I don't know. So, anyways, so that's the Note 7, and then here's the gold FE with its own S-View clear cover, which, even though this clear cover is the one that came with the FE one does work on the Note 7, but not the other way around. So even though this says Note Fan Edition, if I put this on the 7, it will work. So you can see it does actually work on the 7, just not the other way around. You can't use the 7 accessories on the FE, but you can use the FE accessory on your old 7. So, fun fact there. And, yeah, so we'll pop this out. And, well, I guess just for fun, we'll put the black one in here. Yep. Black and gold. That's actually not a bad looking combo there. But yeah, and then here's the very, very beautiful gold, which I don't really have any gold cases that would look good with this. We can try the gold on the blue Neo Hybrid. See how that looks. It's okay. Now, the one case that I've really been looking forward to trying the gold on, that I've never actually even tried on camera, is this very beautiful Caseology case. I do miss Caseology. Look at this. This is a gorgeous case. I got this one, I think, on Mercari. Some packaging woes in there. But look at this. It's this very nice, soft, supple side, which unfortunately I would never daily drive because this wears very easily. But, and it's like leatherish kind of back. God, this would look amazing on the gold. Look at this. Let's pop this in here real quick. And this has got, oh, am I doing this right? Thought it would pop on the same way. Yeah, it does. This one's got a nice thick lip on it. So this is a really good case. Look at this. That is gorgeous. Ooh, look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful looking case with the gold Note FE. Because of course the gold Note 7 is the only Note 7 color that we did not get in the States. I'm sure had the Note 7 not been recalled, we would have got it later on alongside a pink one. But the, yeah, this looks great with the gold. Very nice. So actually, we can kind of color match a bunch of these. So there's the gold, there's the black, where's the blue? There's the blue. Look at that. Very pretty. And then I know, man, I don't have I don't have one that would look good with the silver, would I? Well, so I've got the red UAG. I've got the ash UAG and the red UAG. And then I've also got the spec. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I've also got this Spigen Thin Fit, which I found at one of those Amazon liquidation places. I think it was like $1. So that's just kind of a crappy little case. But hey, it's Note 7 case. I wasn't not going to buy it. When do you find Note 7 cases? And then I guess, just to cap this off, I'll grab... I have two other blue Note 7s, but we've already got the blue represented. Let me grab my silver titanium. So we have all four colors. Let's grab the silver titanium. And which one... What should we do with the silver titanium? Should we do spec, maybe? Just so we've got... Because, I mean, I would say the UAG, but, like, we gotta, like, represent the different brands here, don't we? Except the Samsung case, because that one sucks, honestly. Trying to pop this in without breaking the case. That's one thing I don't like about this case, is that it kind of bubbles in a funny way where you can't really get it on properly. But yeah, look at that. Of course, the damn spec branding. See, it's kind of funny because the spec branding actually covers the Note 7 branding there. But another reason I use this spec case on the FE is because the FE writing is down a little bit further. It actually looks really good on the FE. Like the spec logo is perfectly between the Samsung logo and the Note FE logo. Does anyone care about that? Probably not. But hey, it's, you know, it's just a thing, you know. So, yeah, nevertheless, we'll take... I'm gonna put that black. Actually, no, let's not put the black. Should we put the black or should we put the ash? Let's do the ash. Look at that. Very nice. And then, well, I don't know. Or we've got the red what do I do with the red UAG? We got the red UAG. So I've got every color. Technically, the only other UAG color was ice, which is the completely clear, but that's alongside that Spigen case. That's another one that I like. Used and abused and just destroyed. But here's this very pretty red, which normally I'm not a fan of red. I greatly prefer the blue UAG, but they didn't make a blue for the Note 7. Isn't it funny how there's a cutout for the RR Blaster that was never here? But yeah, so there's that very nice red. But yeah, the blue is still the best UAG color. And then honorable mention to the Note 8, which my favorite Note 8 UAG is this like Mountain Dew colored like neon green. This is really nice. So God, I love these. I love these colored UAG cases. They're so nice. I've always loved these. Really sucks that they don't have them for the Note 20 Ultra. At least I can't find them anywhere. I just see the stupid like flat ones. But and then sometimes the Monarchs. But yeah. Yeah, so there's every Note 7 color. Again, I don't know what the point of this video was. I was bitching about someone complaining on Reddit saying that I don't have a Note 7. That I lied about it. Well, there's 2 FEs, but I can understand if you don't count those, but here's 2 real Note 7s right here. You know, this one's on, and then this one I can even boot up for you. Look at that. In your face, all that bright white. Yeah, so. Is it dead? Nope, just booting up. But yeah. So that's that. Just a super quick random video of just me bitching and rambling while I show off some of my Note 7 case collection. Not all of them, but yeah. Because again, I don't know where all my Samsung feature cases are, but I want to find them because I want to do a video on them because they're cool. I mean, they're kind of gimmicky, but they're cool. But yeah, where's that crappy little Samsung case that I just had? Because I just had it. What did I do with it? Well, then there's that thin fit, which is kind of, I mean, thin fit's kind of boring. But what did I do with there's that black one. I'm trying to think, what did I do with that Samsung OEM one that I just had? That little crappy, tiny little clear one. I did something with it. What did I do with it? Probably lost it in the shuffle of all this goofiness over here. Well, okay. Well, what did I do with that case? Because I'm trying to find it because I want to see what it looks like on the silver. Whatever, I give up. I'm going to do a separate video on all the Samsung feature cases anyways, and I'll probably show these off again anyways. It'll just be a separate video on my entire Note 7 case collection, which this one kind of turned into because it's all the cases that I found, at least, but I know for a fact that I have the other Samsung cases. There's a small drawer that I have somewhere that I know what that drawer looks like. I just don't know where that drawer is. I moved the drawer that they were in, and I can't seem to find them. So I guess I'll have to milk these for another video. But who am I kidding? You guys will watch it. Anyways, this was Intellitech Mobile signing out with a very strange, rambly rant about the phone that I will never shut up about. And that phone that I will never shut up about is the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. So anyways, Intellitech Mobile signing out. Have a good one. Paisley, let me know your thoughts and comments in the comments below. Have a good one. Peace.